Tati, first of all, thank you so much for welcoming us into your studio, because this is truly an iconic place. This is where the magic happens.
Well, it does. All of the magic is here, and I'm so happy that you stopped by. Honestly, I'm kind of freaking out. I love it.
I mean, I'm freaking out because I've been watching you for so long. I know I've seen the organization videos, so it's weird. I kind of know what drawer your foundations are in, which ones your highlighters are in.
Okay.
So I am having a full-on moment here with you.
Yes. Well, you're free to explore. You can kind of like, poke around. There are, I think there are 52 drawers of makeup.
Oh my God.
And we're like dedicated, like all makeup. So it's my real life fantasy.
It's truly heaven. It's truly heaven. And congratulations to you, because you are just killing the game right now. The launch of Tati Beauty, the latest leg of your ever-growing business. I mean, to have the palette have so much success already, what does that mean to you?
It means that I have the opportunity to grow this into a real brand. And we're going to continue to launch more and more. I have so much in mind. I really love playing with color, but I love, having it tell a story and giving someone the opportunity to do that. And that's kind of why I went with the storybook theme. I have a lot planned, and I feel like, okay, we got this one off the ground. Let's get right back into the work and get things really going.
So let's talk about, first of all, the timing, because I know even when you first launched Halo Beauty, I think a lot of people expected to see the palette right away.
Yes. They thought it was makeup.
Yes.
They're like, oh, I'm getting makeup. And I'm like, surprise, vitamins, so that didn't, they didn't expect it, and it was a hard avenue to go down, and people have been wanting this, so yeah.
So why is now the perfect time for Tati Beauty?
It took me this amount of time.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't happen overnight. Color cosmetics is the kind of thing that you really want to do right, and you only have one shot at it, especially with the pressure of being someone like myself who reviews product on the daily. I can't put something out and have it flop. I can't have it not be absolutely incredible. So I had to take the time to do it right.
Tell me a little bit about that process, because like you said, I think a lot of people look for Tati approved products before they go into Sephora or go into a makeup store and purchase any products. So when you're going through formulas and testing out all these different shades on the palette, what is the process for you before you approve your own makeup?
Well, my husband has seen things get a little bit crazy around here. The whole, swatching the arms, that really has been something that I've done on my channel forever to just really have more real estate to show color and whatnot. But through this entire process of testing out the different formulas, I would literally have half of my face in foundation, different moisturizer, different things underneath over here, and I would just look like a wild woman with just swatches everywhere, really just seeing how the color faded, how it blended, how it would apply with the fingertip, how it would apply with a brush. Was there too much fallout? Was there the ability for it to be manipulated into a more blown out kind of smoky eye situation? So I had this list that I really needed to tick off with each formulation. So it was me looking crazy for months on end at nighttime, basically.
So we have the first launch from Tati Beauty. We have Volume 1, Texture Neutrals Volume 1. Have you already thought about the rollout for Volume 2?
Volume 2 will be in 2020.
Okay.
But I have my next product rolling out in a matter of weeks.
Okay. Oh my God. Miss, you love leaving us shook, Tati. Oh my God.
No, this one is like a game changer. This one is going to be the thing that just like is so different, changes it all, and really helps everybody's beauty routine. And I am literally like, I am just gonna like burst because I am so excited about this.
I am so excited for this.
You're gonna
Oh
love
my
it. You're
God.
gonna love it so much.
You were dropping some bomb. I was not ready for all these bombshells that you were dropping today about what is coming. Ooh,
I don't slow
you
down.
are working.
No, I am working
You are
hard.
working.
Yes.
All right, please give me a date, because you know I am ready to be purchasing this.
Oh, okay, Black Friday. It's go time.
That's so soon.
It's very
soon.
I know. I'm not playing around. I have everything lined up, and we're finishing the year strong, and 2020 is going to be major.
And how involved were you? Were you going to the labs as well? How
Yes.
involved were you in that process?
Very involved, and that was one of the reasons that I wanted to make it here in the US, was I wanted to have that reach and access to be able to go in and lay eyes on what was happening, because when you have to approve something from overseas, it's, it can take weeks. You go, yes, change this, and then you send back, and then you wait more, and then it's a whole thing. And I really like being able to go in and just be involved on the spot.
You've been approached by brands in the past to almost like a cash grab kind of palette or collaboration before too, but I know it was really important to you to wait and do it on your own terms and do it the way you wanted, right?
Yes. I never felt comfortable, for me, because I always knew in the future that I wanted to do something that had longevity. I want to be in this for a long time. I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. I really love what I do. So the idea of doing a palette and having everybody get excited about someone else's formula just didn't sit well with me. I want more. I guess I'm like greedy in business, because I'm like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do my supplements, I want to do makeup, and I feel truly like I'm just getting warmed up.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that a little bit too, because I feel like people don't truly recognize the amount of work that goes into it, because you have so many different facets to your brand. You're not just making YouTube videos. There's so much that happens off platform between Halo Beauty, now Tati Beauty, and everything else. So tell me a little bit about what's a normal work day for you. When do you take breaks? Do you take breaks?
I know, right?
Like,
Do I? I don't know. Okay, I need to read this chair. I'm trying so hard to not squeak the chair. I'm like, let's be serious here. Okay, let's talk about business. A normal day for me, something that I think is really important for anybody that is building a business, that is doing something that demands so much from your brain and from your body, is have a routine that includes getting up and working out first thing in the morning. That sounds like the most unimportant tip I could give, but it's the most important to me. It changed my game completely. So I work out 3 to 4 days a week, and that kind of sets me up. I'm like, okay, we're ready. Like, let's go, let's attack. Get ready, sit down, film, research product, hop on a call, answer the email, go through social. I have different point people that I touch in with through Halo and through Tati Beauty that really we just discuss things, and then I have trust that they are going to lead with what we've landed on. And it's a lot of rinse and repeat, but it's really creative and it never feels dull.
Tell us a little bit about the PR packaging too, because it's so beautiful and so unique. And I know that you put so much thought into everything, so I know this must have been a whole project for you to come up with this idea.
Yes, I wanted something that, when sent through PR or gifted through an event, that whoever was getting it would want to hold on to it and not just look at it and be like, well, how do I recycle this? What do I do with it now? Because that's something I personally battle a lot when receiving so much PR, is there's a lot of waste. And so I wanted to make something really beautiful that people would feel like they might want to hold on to. And it looks like a coffee table book, and you can keep it out and it looks beautiful. And this is the first of many. So there's, volume 2 in store, and, we're going to build from there. And the idea of beauty is your story to tell is going to be the foundation of it all. So I think people will be really excited to get the next edition and kind of have this little library of beauty. And it made sense to me. So I don't know, this kind of all just feels like a fairy tale, like a grown-up fairy tale, and it's such a great story.
So tease us a little bit more about what to expect in 2020 as far as, you've got a lot going on. Just give us some clues as to what to expect. I know you love just a drop, but we need a little
I'm making eyes with you. Well, 2020, we definitely have a lot more color happening.
Nice.
We have a lot more halo happening. That I've been working on just in tandem. Like, the work has never stopped. So we can definitely expect to see brand expansion for both. But the other thing, I don't even know if I should really say this here, but I'm like, whatever, it's entertainment tonight. Let's just go for it. I have been working on my music. And I am taking a little bit of time to be up in Seattle and spend time with family, but also record a little bit. So I hope to get some of my songs out there in 2020. It's something I've really been passionate about forever. And the backstory with me is when I was a kid, I wanted to be a triple threat. And that was like, I'm going to be an actress, singer, and dancer. And somehow I ended up being a YouTuber. You know, I don't know. I love being in front of the camera, which is kind of like great, but also like, really? Like, who are you? I love performing, and singing has always been something that I have loved. And I think that it will be a really cool story and a really cool part of how I hope to empower anyone watching my channel, that we live in a world now where there's no expiration. You can be a woman in your 30s and be like, yeah, I'm gonna drop an album and it's gonna chart. So I can do that, why not?
Wow.
And it's something that pours pretty easily through me, so, you know, why not?
So are you writing as well, or?
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What genre?
It's a little moody throwback,
Oh my
right?
God,
Like
I'm so excited.
I'm feeling like Lilith Fair vibes.
Oh my God, I am so excited for.
Thank you.
Tati, I was not expecting that answer, but I am ready to stand and buy the album
Thank
and
you.
stream the album and support.
Well, you saw the piano when you
my
walked in,
God.
right? That was my birthday gift, and I've always wanted to learn how to play. So like through all of the like, you know, building brands and filming and this and that, when I have my time to kind of zone out, my form of meditation is to play. And I'm learning to read music, and it's coming to me pretty quickly, knock on wood. I have a great teacher, and I've made huge strides in 6 months. But really the reason that I wanted to play was so that I didn't have to write with other musicians, because I do songwrite.
Wow, I'm so excited.
Thank
you. What was the key to figuring out how to balance all of this, especially because so much of it bleeds into just your normal life? You know, it's not like you're clocking in and out. It's kind of just a 24-hour job almost.
It really is.
So what was the key to figuring out the balance between, you know, your personal time, your family time, and then running all these businesses?
I think for me, something that I did that felt comfortable for me is I was never one to really be super involved in events or going on brand trips. And you know, we all have to go with what our heart wants us to. So for me, it was important that at some point, with all of these crazy things that I want to do, because everyone's like, you can't do it all, you're gonna burn yourself out. And that's true to some extent. Like, something does have to give. So for me, it was, I want to stay in my businesses. I want to do my videos because that is the funnest thing ever, to play with makeup. But in the evening, I'm gonna have to cut something out. And if that means not going to a premiere, if that means not going to another brand event or a brand trip, then like, so be it. It's something's gotta go away, and this right here is more important. And my audience knows that.
Mm-hmm. And throughout your whole career, I feel like transparency has just always been so important to you.
Yes.
When you're making videos, and that obviously lent itself into your approach to business in general, I think. Why has it been important to you to always kind of lift the veil and let people know how you're feeling, why your video schedule is changing, why maybe the order's coming a week late? You know, why has that been so important to you?
Because I'm nosy and I'm that customer. So it's basically building my brand in a way that would make me as a consumer happy. Like, I think about, how would I feel? Like, if this was a brand that I was really into, like, what would I want? And I kind of think about that for a minute. And I think about the opportunity to do something different without having so many people saying, no, you can't. Yes, you can. No, you can't. Like, I really am steering the ship, so I can take those risks. And, you know, on our launch day, I can refund $70,000 because it's just not sitting well with me that we overcharged $1, even though no one was complaining. But that was my move to make, because as the customer, if that was a company I was purchasing from, it would mean a lot to me. So I always think that way, and I think that's something really beautiful about social media and these entrepreneurs that are building brands. You know, we're doing it differently.
Yeah, and I think it's just interesting too, is part of me doesn't think you get enough credit for how involved you are. And Because I just see it.
I'm just sitting here like doing all of my makeup by myself. That's why.
I see the work you put in. So sometimes I'm just like, people don't realize, especially now that with Halo and Tati Beauty too. I mean, that's so much work.
It is. It is a lot of work, but that is going to change, okay? The tides are turning. I got a Hollywood agent, and everything's going to be so amazing now. 2020, watch out.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Right?
Going bigly.
No, but I've literally been doing this on my own. It's been, just for the fun of it, for the idea that I could self-start and learn how to be a fabulous businesswoman, and I've gotten there. And I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so shy, I was so insecure, I didn't know how to speak in front of people, I would never want to do an interview like this, like no. And this platform has stretched me in a way that it took all those years to get here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so grateful. And it's time to do things a little bit differently, because you reach a point where you're like, yeah, it's cool that I've done this all alone, but what's going to happen once I get some real support and some real help?
What was that process like? What is with this journey now? Is it just going to make your brand and business just even bigger?
I hope so. I think that I realized that I needed help when I missed an email from Vogue in my,
Casual.
Actually, it was from Condé Nast. Long story short, it's been a long time coming where I really need support and help, because it's at a level now where I go into my inbox and things are falling through the cracks. And I don't really do sponsorships. I actually made a statement that I was declining sponsorships, putting myself kind of in timeout while I focused on my own brands. So I have not been paid to review anybody's product in over 2 years, which again, bringing it back to being authentic, I don't know, I kind of feel like there are ways to be successful without needing so much. I don't need, I already do well. I don't need that much more.
Yeah.
I can get it from different areas, right? And still keep it feeling really good for my subscribers, because I know they want that. So for a while it didn't make sense. I was like, I'm not really doing brand deals, don't really need an agent or that support. But now, there is a lot of media attention, and there are other avenues I still want to go down. I have a huge story to tell with this whole journey, and I'm going to need the support in that. And if I want to go into music, I'm going to need support with that. And if I do want to go to, any of the events that are like the pie in the sky events and really elevate and get my brand to that level, it's time for help. So it was really cool to walk into a boardroom and, there's 12 people there and just me, and I'm like, let me break out my iPad with my ideas, right? Literally, I'm not even joking. This is typical me, and I always storytell on my channel. I was like, this is my idea for something for Fashion Week, da 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 da. I dropped my iPad and the whole thing on the side cracks, and I'm like, great, this is amazing. Are we sure we were ready for this? I don't know. But yeah, it's really amazing to see that people are so excited about what I'm doing, because I kind of feel like, really? You are? That's cool. So let's kind of work it out and make it even bigger.
See, and that's how you stay relatable, because you can go into a boardroom, but you'll drop your iPad, and we can relate to that, because you even in here, it's so polished and perfect, but then you'll make a corny dad joke, and I'm like, there's my Tati. There's my Tati.
Yeah, well, and if you want to see more behind the scenes at the moment, my sister's been here for a minute, and she just roasts me every chance she gets. So yeah, while she was making fun, she's like, oh yeah, prim and proper, sure. We like to be glamorous and beautiful, but it's not so serious,
I know that you have obviously made a lot of great friends with other makeup artists and other people who have launched their own brands as well. Did you go to them for any advice?
We have an exchange as far as helping each other out and motivating each other and supporting each other with creative. But Halo Beauty and Tati Beauty, I kept such a secret. I didn't tell anyone. I mean, family. This is the second round where they're like, you gotta stop doing this, tell us. I had to though. I'm a big believer that you don't make big announcements until you do the work. And if you need help, you find the help, but I don't need to overshare until I reach the goals that I am, reaching toward. And with Tati Beauty, the industry is very, it's a small world. And I feel like people start to, figure out who's launching what and this and that. And I just felt it was best to really keep it close for so many reasons. A huge one being, I don't want outside influence. I don't want someone to say, I don't think that'll work, that's bad timing. Because so far on this whole journey of doing YouTube, my intuition has really led me in the right way.
Has that kind of been important to you to just focus on yourself and focus on the work and do things your own way when it comes to building your brand? That's
been the key to my success. I think that when we stop watering our own lawn to look at another's, you lose it. So you got to stay in your lane and you got to stay in your creative. And I think that's the biggest struggle that all artists face, is we want to compare. And now we live in this world where social is just, it's everywhere. You can hop on IG, YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, you can go online anywhere, and you're gonna see what everyone's up to. And you're automatically, whether you're telling yourself, no, don't compare, you're going to. And so for me, keeping my head down and really figuring out what it is that makes me excited and what it is about this that I feel I can do differently, that is what my success is about, I believe. I knew the success would come because I really believed in what I was doing, and that's what allowed me to push forward. And I think that that's been such an important lesson for me, because I feel in a way that so long as I keep going, that is what is going to matter. And so long as I keep pushing forward with good intentions and genuinely feeling like there's integrity in what I'm doing, the noise is not gonna matter, it'll drop off. So, building out color cosmetics now, if anything ever happens, it's like I know how to brave any storm because I believe in what I'm doing.
What is the biggest tip or the biggest lesson that you've learned that you can kind of pass on to people who are starting their own business or in the process of trying to build their small business? What would you want to tell them?
Go all in. If you believe you have something special, go all in. Don't be shy. You can't go halfway. You have to really invest every strength that you have, all of your hard work and your ability to be consistent, but also know that you're gonna face some challenges and you're just gonna have to keep going. Now, I always tell people, I'm like, you can do anything in this world with your talents. Now you have to be reasonable with those talents. I'm not gonna be an Olympic gymnast, I'm not gonna meditate and be like, I believe I can do anything, but my skill set is product development, understanding formula, whether it is in the nutraceutical world or in color cosmetics. I am truly fascinated by it. It never gets boring to me. It feels like a good fit. My passions pulled me, not the other way around. So I know this is the right thing to do. And so if I give all of my blood, sweat, and tears to it, it's gonna bloom into something fantastic. And when people zero in on their gifts instead of something that they know is not for them, and you go really hard, that's where you win. And that's where you're like, you can do anything,
I remember when you posted a video that you were gonna scale back on the amount of videos that you posted a week. And I remember you were so emotional, and the response was everyone was like, Tati, it's fine, you do 1 million videos a week. But it must be really important to make sure your channel is getting the attention that it deserves, that you're putting that content out there as you also have these businesses growing as well, right? Yeah.
I'm not gonna be someone that just, stops YouTube. This is where it started. And I literally get really messed up and emotional, and the tears find their way. If I think about that last video, oh my gosh, I'll cry right now, Why am I crying?
My queen.
Oh my God. You mentioned me crying in that video and I'm doing it again. Oh my God, God, it's always on really good makeup days too. I swear to God.
I remember I started crying watching that video. I remember I tweeted you. I was like, Queen, it's okay.
It's hard work to continue putting out content and to do it well. And even on the challenging days, like I have to remember where I started, and that was like some type of spiritual contract that I have with myself throughout this, is that I will never turn my back on my audience. Like they gave me this, you know? Oh my gosh. No, but it's just like, this is not normal. This is not normal. This is a dream come true. Mm-hmm. What I'm experiencing is not normal.
Yeah.
You know, like it doesn't feel normal to me.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have it. Like I know I'm intelligent, creative. I have it. I can say that now. Like I've been in this enough that I'm comfortable saying that, and that's cool to me too. But it's not normal to have this kind of success on your own. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like when I say I'm grateful, it's not just like, I'm grateful, look at me. You know, like it's like I feel it. So
yeah. For the beauty community in general now, do you feel like just as a viewer, I feel like it is getting into a really nice place right now? Very positive,
I think so
almost,
too.
right?
I feel it,
positive,
right?
Think,
it's like, wait, it's like, time out.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening? I have been messaging so many creators, you know, large and small creators. I talk to everyone. I talk a lot in general. Hello, this is why I do what I do. But everybody has this nice vibe right now where it's like, you know what? Let's just kind of like get back to what this is about. We all love makeup. Let's focus on that. Because this just kind of blew up into this crazy, like, I'm better, no, I'm better, no, look at me, no, look at my numbers, I have more. Like, it's like, it's not what it's about.
Yeah.
So I feel like people are just tuning in more with what it really should be, and it feels really good.
Yeah.
Like, so good.
That's good. I'm glad that from both perspectives, that's the case. Because I was like, is this just like a charade, or is it just a positive place? Everyone's kind of doing their own thing, and I think that a big thing too is that everyone is learning that there's really space for everyone to to do what they want to do.
There is.
Yeah, and I think that it's such a good direction right now. So I'm glad that that's the case on the other end.
It really
too.
is. Okay,
yes.
I just have to say one thing, because I was saying this the other day, and I'm like, this is so true. Everyone's like, oh, I could never make it on YouTube now because it's just oversaturated. And to me, that's so puzzling. Because if you feel, again, like you're pulled to do something, called to do something, like go for it, why not? Is there a world where we're like, we've seen enough musicians, that's it? Nope, don't even look at that instrument, forget it, there's enough. There will never be enough art in this world. So I think if you have something, join the party, why not?
And I think the way that you kind of help younger creators too. Like I know you and Thomas Halber, who I love, used my Hammer PR package, and he's posting his looks. I just think it's just so great to see you like help uplift other creators that you just see who are smaller, and you're kind of exposing them to a bigger audience as well. Is that something that you want to continue to do as you kind of just discover new talent? I saw you do that with a singer that you saw too.
Yeah, oh gosh, I'm like, actually, it's so funny that I'm like over on my own little island a lot of the time. Just because I'm a workaholic, but also just because I don't mingle a lot with the community, and it's, again, nothing like I'm like, I hate my community. I don't, I love my community. But I made this choice when I was launching, just seeing how excited people were about the brand and how good that felt, that something that I see often is the struggle to get noticed on the platform. And I remember experiencing that myself. And ooh, I could cry again. Do we want to do story time and I'll just be with a box of tissues? One of my good friends way back when, Fleur, her channel is Fleur de Force. Let's like put like Fleur de Force. She's mom now and she's doing her thing. But she was a great friend to me, and she helped me out so much way back when, and in many ways gave me a hand up. And I've always been so grateful. And I want to do the same for others always. But I don't think I've done enough. And I started really messaging a lot of the smaller creators that aren't getting that push through the algorithm. And I'm like, come on my channel. Like, why not? Like, come on, like, I just want to show you off to the world. You deserve to be here. You've got something special. Like, let's do it. And that won't make someone's career, it won't make someone's channel explode, but it sure is gasoline to the car, you know? So 2020, you can definitely expect to see a lot of collabs that aren't just with mega YouTubers that you already know about, you know?